is that pretty shot to the west from the downtown cam in Fargo, North Dakota today. Kind of a cool start to the day, heading up right around the freezing point, 32 degrees. We're going to have to wait one more day to get into the 40s. Good morning. Welcome to InforumTV News. I'm Robin Hubner. Here's what's happening. The 2013 flood fight is about to get underway in a big way. Sandbag Central will open tomorrow, and calls are coming in from people willing to volunteer some muscle for the fight. Students from the Fargo School District will provide an extra boost to Sandbag Central, as they have done in years past. 8th graders from each of the 3 middle schools will volunteer. Those kids are from Discovery, Carl Ben Eielson, and Ben Franklin. If you'd like to help volunteer, you can call the Fargo Flood Hotline. That number is 701-476-4000. Well, the first of Fargo neighborhood flood meetings gets underway. Tonight's meeting is for people living north of Main Avenue in Fargo. That will be held at Longfellow School. Tomorrow night, for people living between Main Avenue and 40th Avenue South, it'll be held at Centennial School. And Thursday night's meeting is for everybody living along the Red River Corridor and city drains. This one also held at Centennial School. All meetings run from 6 to 9 p.m. each night. Well, it's one of the first signs that your neighborhood is about to be overrun with sandbags. Large machinery is clearing snow to widen the streets along the Red River. This is going to help sandbag deployment be more efficient. Now, you might recall that bags are dropped off by the semi-load, and those trucks are going to need as much space as possible.
Not the first time we've had them, so you kind of get into a routine, and we've done this before, and you know, just about everything we do, it's because we've done it before, and it works.
Lee Anderson from Fargo Public Works says this kind of flood preparation is getting to be routine for the city. A Moorhead woman's attempted trip home from New York turned into a trip to jail. The 29-year-old pregnant military wife faces a felony charge after trying to bring an unloaded handgun back to Minnesota. WDAY 6 reporter Andrea Hubble explains.
I guess I didn't really think anything of it.
Beth Arneson Farizzi was meeting her husband, who was on leave from Honduras. They were meeting in New York, where they would attend his sister's wedding and visit his childhood neighborhood.
We definitely don't have any neighborhoods like that around here.
The Master Sergeant Select asked his wife to bring along his handgun, just in case.
The part about transporting the actual gun wasn't what I was confused about. It was the ammunition.
Farizzi called Delta the airline she would use to fly from North Dakota. It would be her 6-year-old's first flight.
They said that the firearm had to be unloaded and in a hard-sided locked case. The ammunition had to be stored separated, not separate from the gun, but in either its original packaging or some sort of a container that kept the bullets from being in contact with each other.
So she did just that. But it wasn't flying out of Fargo that got Beth in trouble. It was coming back from the LaGuardia airport, where she was arrested by Port Authority police.
They were telling me that I wasn't able to transport the firearm. So I didn't understand that I had done something wrong or that I was in any sort of trouble.
Delta and TSA claim it's the traveler's responsibility to know each state's law. In New York, if you're in possession of both a handgun and ammunition, the firearm is considered loaded. For Beth, her confusion turned into a crime.
Somewhere there's a breakdown in communication, and I don't know how to fix that.
The 6-month pregnant wife was handcuffed and charged with a Class C felony. Her court date scheduled in late May, when she expects her newborn. Andrea Hubble, WDAY 6 News.
Now, Beth says she and her husband plan to fight those charges against her. A great-great-grandmother charged with voter fraud will have her case dismissed. Margaret Schneider, 86 years old, was accused of filling out 2 ballots in last year's Minnesota primary after she forgot she voted absentee and then filled out another ballot later. Schneider suffers from Parkinson's and frequent memory loss. Nicollet County prosecutors initially said they had to file the charges because it is Minnesota law. Now, according to WCCO-TV, prosecutors agreed to divert the case, suspending the court proceedings, and they said as long as she does not vote twice again, the case will not proceed. The last time someone was prosecuted for voting twice was all the way back in the 1800s in Minnesota. Big national stories today we're looking at. The first of more than 30 defendants are expected to surrender today in Atlanta's school cheating scandal. They're turning themselves in to authorities. Tamika Goodson is in custody on charges of racketeering and making false statements and writings. 35 Atlanta educators in all, including former Superintendent Beverly Hall, are named in a 65-count indictment. It alleges a broad conspiracy involving changing answers on standardized tests to give students higher scores. And President Barack Obama is asking Congress to spend $100 million next year to start a new project to map the human brain in hopes of eventually finding cures for diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and autism. Obama says the initiative could create jobs and unlock the mysteries of the brain. In addition to a hope for cures, it's hoped the research could shed light on reversing the effects of stroke or other traumatic injuries. President Obama says the research has the potential to improve the lives of billions of people worldwide. Let's get a check of our Tuesday weather now with WDAY Storm Tracker meteorologist Daryl Richardson.
Hello everyone. Temperatures climbing up slowly this morning in the low 20s now. Generally a sunny sky, been a couple of patches of clouds out there, but lots of sunshine today, just not very warm. Many of us seeing a high temperature only in the very low 30s, west-northwest wind remaining light through the course of the day. And then tonight down to around 20 or the upper teens, not quite as chilly as it's been as of late. And tomorrow, high temperatures in the low to middle 40s. Looks to be the warm day of the forecast. Might be an isolated shower, but really our main threat of precipitation through the 7-day forecast will come in Friday night into Saturday, and still a little uncertainty if that's going to be rain or snow. But in the short term, a little bit of a warm-up here the next couple of days.
All right, thanks, Daryl. Sounds good. The Crazy Horse Memorial in South Dakota will turn blue tonight to shine the light on autism. The large sculpture dedicated to honoring and preserving Native American culture is offering free admission to tonight's special lighting to raise awareness about autism. Donations of food and money will be accepted for a local food drive there. Tuesday is United Nations World Autism Awareness Day, and that special lighting runs from 7 to 10 o'clock tonight. Officials at Crazy Horse decided to raise awareness at the urging of a Lakota mother who has 2 twins with autism. Check out today's forum. Reporter Meredith Holt has the story of a woman whose 6-month-old baby girl died while napping on her 3rd day ever at daycare. Read about the woman's trek to Washington to try to gain support for Addison's Law, which would require providers to check more often on babies under their care. Also tonight on WDAY 6 News with tax time coming up just around the corner, what you need to do if you need to file an extension. Well, thank you for joining us for this edition of InforumTV News. Have a wonderful day. See you next time.